Hello, I am going to be doing a little tutorial on if statements. Okay, so also I'm going to show you guys how to put together a atom file. Okay, so first I'm going to just kind of copy and paste, and I'll explain why you put that there. Okay, so here we have a little comment box, right? You initiate it by doing this little forward slash and then a little star. You put your name, your UIN, your class your class number and section number. I typically put like the day that something is due up here just so I have like a reference and I've written it down again or like 2 years later. So there we go. And then I do like the titles. So in this case, it's an if example. And I am working on a MacBook, so I put Mac and then I close my comment box by putting another star and another forward slash. Okay, so in this case, I'm taking this example from my name game program. So starting from 10, you import the Java utility scanner. Then you put class, and this right here is where you put the title of your program. So in this case, it's going to be if capital letter for the second word in your program. So if example. If example. Okay. And then from here, I go ahead and save it just to make sure that I don't forget. Also, because the colors actually help. So I'll put right here if example dot Java. I'm sorry if my YouTube video is really boring. This is not typically something I do, but I need those 100 points. So okay, so class if example, again, this should be the title of your program, right? And then you put public static void main. All right. And then I just want to point out the brackets here. So this bracket is to here. So it says end main. So you know which one it closes with. So end main is right here. So that's saying that like from here to here, that's my main, right? And then this curly bracket is to end the entire class. So this ends here, this ends here. So that's kind of what that's saying. Okay. Right. And then you put all the good stuff right in there. So, and I'm working from a little document. So just to make sure I don't forget anything. So the first thing we're going to do in this name game example is put in your scanner. And I just want to note something here. Indent it, right? Because it kind of goes into like a little pyramid. So you indent it. So this is like my most outer, the second, and then all your stuff goes in here, right? Okay. So there's that. And also make note of making sure that you have a semicolon after each line or else it won't let you compile. The computer won't let you compile. So for example, in my name game, I had this right here, right? So after this, the scanner, I put this right here, and actually I think that's supposed to be indented out. That's too much, right? Yes, that looks right. Okay. So for this, I started out with the scanner, right? I put my system out, print line, howdy, welcome to the name game. So when you compile your program and you run it, that's the first thing it's going to say. It's going to say, howdy, welcome to the name game. And then it will say, what is your name, right? And the way I did it was the print line, meaning like after this has been written, it's going to jump to a new line and then it's going to write this. But notice how there's a difference between the print line and the print. Print means at the end of this, so at the end of this, I'm not going to jump into a new line, right? Because in this instance, I'm asking the user to input their name. Okay. And then I made two strings. So I made one with my name and one with the rhyme name. And I'll show you guys what that means in a second. And I made sure, or I wanted to make sure that capital letters and lowercase letters don't get mixed up. For example, like a capital A is not the same as a lowercase a. And so what this is saying is like whatever the user inputs for their name, like let's say the user's name is Amanda, right, with a capital A. Um, it'll take the whole thing and the computer will put it in lowercase letters. And so that proved to be useful in my program. So there's that. Okay, so this is where it comes to, this is what we're going to do for the if statements. So in my program, I put if my name equals Janet, that's my name. I didn't remember what the character was to make like a space at the time. So I just put like a big line so you can see like a little different, like differentiate. So it's not like all just smushed together. So that's why I had like this big line with quotations. And then I wanted it to jump to the next line and say, Janet No Way. That's my name too. Okay. Again, notice how we have semicolons all throughout here. Okay. And I wanted to make sure that it was, like I said, like it was individual. Like it wasn't all just like smushed together. Like I wanted it to be space. Excuse me. Okay. Okay. And I have my curly brackets. So whenever you have one of these, like there should be another curly bracket that correlates to it. And in this case, it's that, right? Okay. So this is saying in a regular folk talk is if your name is Janet, I want you to print out this, right? And I'm going to shorten it from like the name game because yeah, I just don't want to do the rest of it. Okay. So my else statement, meaning if your name is not Janet, this is what's going to happen, right? Right. Make one over. Okay. And hold on, we got to fix the indentation of this because it seems wrong to me. Okay, so something I have noted is the curly brackets, the end of the curly brackets. So you see how like it says like if curly brackets. So the one that it's supposed to close that section is supposed to be lined up with this, the I here. So you see how like that's lined up now? That's what you want. All right. And then this case, you move it over a little bit. Okay. So in the program, I wanted to say if your name was Janet, I want to say, oh, cool, me too, right? But if your name is not Janet, I just want you to continue on with the rest of the program. So in this case, it is hi plus my name, which is the string that we've made, i.e., the user is inputting something there. Okay. So, oh, cool, that's my name too, or no, that's not your name. Well, hi, Amanda, right? And from here, I put it to say like the little rhyme. Well, man, I hope this works because I didn't copy the other part. Okay. Anyways, um, so again, take note of the semicolons at the end of each line and the brackets. So an open one and a closed one that's lined up with the either else or the if, right? Like, okay, cool. All right. And then the next one. And after this whole ordeal, I want you to say, system, hey, thanks for playing. So again, the print line, meaning the computer's gonna type out all of this, make a little ding sound, and then go back, right? Go back into the next line. And I wanted the computer to say goodbye in that next line. So again, print line, you go all the way through, next line, and then the system exit, and then the program would stop. Okay, I'm going to control S it. So that's saved now. And to compile, it's Java C if example dot Java. All right, this is very important. You cross your fingers and hope it works. Okay? Well, nothing's happening. Okay, cool. And it worked, right? So that at least compiled. So that's always cool. Java. And then you do instead, okay, take note here. So it looks very similar, but it's not, okay? So it's like Java C, but when you run it, you put Java if example, and then you see how I'm putting no point Java or dot Java? So take note. All right. Okay. So howdy, welcome to the name game. So which is you can kind of like follow it. So right here, I'm howdy, welcome to the name. What's your name, right? So it's asking for my name. So my name is Janet, right? Now, remember when we did this, we made sure that the user's name is put into lowercase, right? And because my name is Janet, just like the computer's name, it prints out Janet. No way, that's my name too. Okay, so in this instance, since our names are equal, it prints out this, and it completely skips the else because it's a either or situation. So it's either this one or it's this one. In this case, right? And since it was the if statement, it jumps down and it prints out, cool, thanks for playing, does a little ding sound and says goodbye, and the program is done, right? Now, let's do it again with, okay, well, we don't have to compile because you only compile when you make a change in your program. So in this case, we just have to run it again. That's the wrong one. Yes. Okay, so howdy. Welcome to the name game. What is your name? My name is Amanda. Amanda. I think I spelled Amanda. Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. So in this instance, since it's not Janet, the user's name is not Janet. It's else, right? So it jumps down to the else statement. It says, "Hi Amanda." So, boop. And then it does a little rhyme name thing. So it's Bombana, Fana, whatever the whole thing was, right? So it prints out all of this, and then it jumps down again and it says, "Thanks for playing." Okay, and then it says goodbye. So that's how if statements work. This is a very simple one. And so if it's not this one, it's this one, and I gotta go down to this one. But in this program, it's very specific. Like if it's equal to Janet, then it's this, and if not, then it's the other. It's the else statement. So hopefully that was clear enough, and if not, I'm sorry. Okay, well, thank you.